Hi, oh my goodness, can you see me? I've been talking for the past 6 minutes, not realizing that nothing was getting on, but I really hope that you can see me now. It's been actually been 8 minutes, and I've been talking as if we were live. And then suddenly I see that some of you are saying I don't see any video, and I got worried and realized that in fact the video was not going live. We're here. I hope you can see me and hear me pretty clearly now. I hope the microphone is good. I changed the microphone from last week. I hope it's going okay. Yes, I see that you guys are here. Oh my goodness. So it's just going to go a little further than usual. Okay, now I see your comments. I was actually talking and saying, I can't see your comments, blah, blah, blah. So, hi everyone. It's Saturday at 8 past noon, and I hope you guys didn't worry from not seeing me. I was just going on as if things were normal when in fact I was not live at all. Okay. So, just so you know, we are continuing with Melly Rose. She is right here on the screen. I hope you can see her. And okay, good. I'm glad that the sound is good. Oh my goodness. I was actually, typing in the comments earlier thinking that everything was going okay. So, all right, my bad. We are back on. So it's great. And the volume levels are great. Thank you, Henry. This is good. And I'm glad that you guys are here. Jenny out on the West Coast. I know some of you are also in LA, but I think, Jenny, you are closer to these fires. I hope that you're staying safe, and we're thinking of you. And I hope you'll stay as far away as you can. So, Kitty is okay, Cynthia. Oh, thank you so much for asking. Kitty is way okay. She really had a weird episode, and I was very worried. But it was like a half day thing, and then she slept it off, and then she was okay. So everything is good. The kitty is right here, right? Noha, the kitty is on the couch. Yeah. Okay. Kind of upside down, so it's always good when the kitty is upside down. Okay, so guys, I just want to talk to you about the fact that I have a brand new class going on at Sketchy starting on September 7th. And that class is going to be one of those draw along 3 times a week, two pre recorded videos that you can catch on Monday and Wednesday, but you can really watch them at any other day that you want, on any other day that you want. And then on Saturday, we're doing the live. So it's going to be a 3 videos a week together. And really, this is all about building a habit. There's definitely some technical stuff going on in those lessons, as I've already recorded a few, because I don't just throw you out there with a piece of paper and say, okay, let's just draw. So yes, it's technical a little, but it's mostly the idea is for us to sit down and have a good time drawing together. I'm going to play the little promo video that some of you probably have seen already. It's just to give you an idea of what the class is like, and then I'll be right back. So give me just a few seconds. This is Anyone can draw the human face. All you have to do is show up and draw. You may not like your first attempt, but if you keep showing up, you will start seeing growth. But most importantly, you will experience the joy of drawing on a regular basis and making the time to tap into your own creativity. Showing up can be the hard part, but this class makes it easy and fun. 3 times a week, we will get together and draw an inspiring face, from start to finish. I'm your guide, showing you techniques, tips, and tricks that I've learned from drawing thousands of faces. If you have any questions, you can reach me at Sketchy Art School or in my weekly live Q&A. Best of all, you get lifetime access to all class content, so you can go at your own pace and revisit as often as you'd like. So, are you ready? Let's draw together at Sketchy Art School. Yay! I'm really excited about this one, guys. And I hope the sound wasn't too loud. I know that whenever I play a video, the sound seems to be on a totally other level. I hope it was okay. So yeah, that's the new class. Again, meeting 2 times a week, but really at your own pace. If you don't want to do it on a Monday, you can catch it the next day or pile them up for the weekend. It doesn't matter how you decide to do them. Just like those live videos, I'm going to draw in pen today. It doesn't mean that you have to draw in pen. I absolutely love seeing different takes on the same drawing that I'm doing that day. So feel free to use any medium that you want. So again, for those of you who are catching us just now, we are drawing Melly Rose. We are continuing the drawing from last week. And the title of the class, Katie, is drawing faces with France, because the main focus is faces. Sometimes we'll go a little beyond, but mainly because the majority of what we see on Sketchy, right, are faces, and those are the portraits that we're focusing on. So drawing faces with France, and that's the September edition. If you look right behind me there, this is the paper I'm using today, that I was also using last week on August 15th. The brand is Blick, and it's a Bristol vellum paper. Vellum meaning that there's a little bit of texture, there's a little bit of grab on this paper. So yeah, it's a great, perfect actually kind of paper for. Let me just do this better. Okay, sorry about that. There we go. Okay, that's what I wanted to do. So we're continuing what we were doing last week. As you know already, those of you who know me by now, I go fairly slowly when I draw with a pen, because of course I'm a lot more tentative. Although I did do a preliminary drawing last week with a pencil, just a regular HB pencil. So I'm going to rely on that, but the idea is to just spend an hour of very laid back, relaxing time and just draw and not worry so much about resemblance. If you worry too much about that, then things are, a little stressful. So, okay. Oh my gosh, Ute, I can relate to this. Those we call them rapidograph in French, rapidograph. The nib is very sensitive, and yes, they can just break. So Ute, I'm inviting you to use what I am using, which is a big pen. It's really all you're seeing me hold here is the blue equivalent of this thing, which is the crystal. Crystal means that the point is actually medium. It's not fine, because I find that fine ballpoint pens tend to grab a little too much. So I really like using medium. So yay, we are using medium ballpoint just like last week. Hi everybody. Yep, I recognize a lot of names. Okay, I'm about to dive in. It's almost it's actually almost quarter past, a little further than a quarter past noon. And I have a little piece of paper on the side to wipe my pen, because you know that ballpoint, all they want to do is drool. Except when you go very, very softly on your point, you can really get some gentle results. Okay, I have Melly Rose on my iPad on the side, and I'm going to simply continue my drawing and going extremely gently on the ballpoint here. This is something that I talk about quite a lot in my upcoming class in September. You'll see, oh, Marcel, you're here. Anne, you're here too. Yay, yay, yay. Okay, Mary Ann Fusco from Philly. Excellent. Okay, Cynthia, you just roll out of bed. That's okay. One thing that I talk about is when we draw in pen. First of all, you'll see that the classes that I do this September in pen are rather long. They're not an hour long. It's impossible to do something in 1 hour. But what I'm saying is, when you draw with your pen, always start very lightly and then build your value gradually, lightly over lightly over lightly, and then build the dark like that. If that makes any sense. I know it makes sense. I know you guys are following this. We're going to get in a nice, relaxing zone today. That's the idea. And I'm going to try to keep track of who is here. Stuart, you're here. Stuart, at some point you're going to be one of our muses. I know this. Okay, I will do my best to look up as much as I can during the broadcast so I don't miss any questions or comments. And yes, I'm going to flip this around quite a bit. I don't know how many of you are actually drawing in pen as well, but again, this is not a prerequisite. You can do anything you want here. The point is to draw along, right? Okay. Nobody ever draws you, Stuart. I don't think that's true. I think I think I saw somebody draw you recently on Instagram. I could not remember who, but I know I saw that same photo reference that I want to use very soon. Yeah, I agree. You are saying something absolutely true. The new big crystal is 35% smoother and it's really cheap. I think I go by the crystal all the time. It's my favorite. So yeah, I need to actually buy a new pack of them. I buy them by 12. Okay, I'm glad you guys are here. And some of you on the iPad. Nikira, you're here and you're on the iPad. That's great. Okay. Alrighty. 2H. Interesting. It's an interesting approach. Oh, just got a little bit of a drool here. They tend to drool, huh? I made sure I did not touch this drawing this whole week. Well, I was so busy with the purchase of this house. Maybe I told you guys that um, I am in the process of buying a house, and it's been using up a lot of my time and energy. I won't complain, but it's been yeah. Oh, Jenny, you're using Procreate? Okay. All right. Excellent. Jenny, you've been drawing these really amazing plants lately. I really dig where this is going. And it's a nice break from drawing faces, right, Jenny? The fact that you can just sit and draw leaves and, and the background, and that must be really soothing too, totally removing the whole, oh, let's get the resemblance right aspect of things, I'm sure. Yeah. And no, it's not a house in Morristown at all. It's way up in, I'm going to call it the boonies because really it is. It's way far in northwestern New Jersey by the Pennsylvania and the New York border, way up there, by a town named Montague, not far from there. Okay. Okay, Brett, I'm so glad you're here. So, Brett, we were talking about this on Instagram together. This is the crystal. This is the one that retracts, obviously. But I truly love this kind of ballpoint, which is the equivalent of this. These two guys have exactly the same kind of point, and this is obviously a red. And by the way, the Bic red, I don't know about you guys, but the red in Bic is not very intense. You really have to put a lot of pressure to get a nice red, so yeah. And yes, Nikira, I will definitely put a lot of stuff on my walls, but usually not my own art. I really don't do that. But if everything goes well and I do get the house, which we're still kind of in the middle of figuring out, then yeah, I want to put a lot of art on the walls. Other people's art. Okay. I'm contemplating going into the forehead. What do you think? Yeah? I'm glad that you like drawing your plants, which means that, Jenny, you're drawing this from life, which is way cool. Okay. Yeah, I just don't really like putting my own art on the walls. I think it's a little, I don't know, maybe I would feel a little vain. I don't know. Just, people walking into my house and I'm like, and I drew this, It's just, I don't know why, but I would feel goofy doing that. Maybe I need to get over that. Okay, going extremely lightly on that forehead, guys. I don't want to overdo it. I hope you guys are okay with me flipping this thing around. Oh, your mom is on the board. Okay, Lily Reyes, can you tell me more about? Well, I don't mean to ask you for an address, but so where in Jersey or where in PA? That would be interesting to know. It's a really nice area. Along the Delaware here. Oh my gosh, I'm right by the Delaware as we speak. I can just walk right up to it. And it's beautiful here. A friend of mine came to visit from Holland the other day, and the first thing he wanted to do, it wasn't like, going to dinner or grabbing a glass of anything or a cup of tea. He wanted to bathe in the Delaware. I mean, bathe. Sorry. What is it, Nora? Swim. I say bathe instead of swim. He wanted to go in the Delaware and just swim in the Delaware. So we had to do that. Right there at the end of the street, there's a little spot where people can go and bathe. Not bathe, swim. Bathe means you have a soap and you actually go to take a bath. This is where French really messes me up. Oh, East Stroudsburg. I'm right by there. East Stroudsburg is about 20 minutes north of where I am, Lily Ray. Yeah, very cool. Yay. Stuart, that's so nice that you've got some artwork from Vin, and that's so great. Love Vin. I wish I could attend a live by Vin. And talking of attending lives, you know that on the weekends now, I'm not the only one doing a live. We have Dylan Sarah, and we have Mike, who has a class right now. So, yeah. Okay. Margaret, are you asking how do I get your picture and the reference photo into the view? I'm using a program here, Margaret, which exists for Macs. It's called Ecamm, and Ecamm allows you to have a picture in picture and also putting up whatever photo you want in the frame. I can also add text if I want. So it's called Ecamm, Ecamm, and it's for Macs. It's a really cool little software. Okay, I'm chatting away, but you know what? I'm not producing many lines here. I have to choose at some point between chatting and drawing. I had a chance to meet Vin Ganapathy in New York City a few years back. I think it was back in 2015 or 16. Oh, when was it? Maybe 17. I have photos. I have visual evidence of our getting together. It was really neat. What a great person he is. I heard somewhere somebody, oh my gosh, Jenny, I'll address what you're saying right now, but um, I heard someone someday say that if you flip your paper around, you're really not doing it right, or something like that. And my goodness, I guess I'm definitely not doing it right because I'm flipping my papers a lot when I draw. It just whatever helps me, you know. So maybe it is not academically, protocol. I mean, but I don't care. Okay, so let's see some of your comments. Yep. Yes, Ian, I totally agree with you. You are so right about this. When you flip your drawing around, you have to sort of forget what your brain thinks the face should look like and go with the actual features. And that's really the point of also doing that, just um, letting go of what your brain thinks this and this should look like. Because once you flip things around, it's over. I drew a whole portrait of Keith Richards like that once. I had him upside down and I drew him upside down according to the features that I saw, not according to who I knew Keith Richards looked like, you know? So, Jenny, should I? I know I did sell a few. People sometimes contact me and say, "Oh, I want to buy this and that," and I, kindly oblige. I think it's great. I just don't have a spot yet where I actually put them up for sale, because partly, well, partly because some of them are really not finished. So, but yeah. Everything can be for sale otherwise if you're interested in any one of them in particular. So I'm going extremely lightly on my ballpoint here. And one of the things I love is the ability to achieve something like this, along the forehead. I live for this stuff, guys, for this little effect here. I absolutely love that. Okay. Yep, still flipping around. Oh, more comments that I'm missing. Let's see, flip it around because it's easier to draw curves at a certain angle. Absolutely, foul-mouthed gardener. You are absolutely right. I so agree with you. That's why I do it. Yeah, definitely. And yes, I do not really follow any rules in art because I don't know them. So how can I follow them? Oh my gosh. Okay, so do I still draw Rolling Stones or was it just high school? No, Uta. Recently I drew Ronnie Wood and I really enjoyed drawing Ronnie Wood. I'm not a big fan of drawing celebrities, but Stina and me, we're gonna have a make off. We really would like to find a good reference photo of Mick and draw him. And come what may, right, Stina? Come what may. He's got such a great face to draw. My goodness, I'm moving really slowly here. I really need to focus. Yeah, that the goal is to draw Mick and see what happens. Stina, should we draw current Mick or Mick from another era? You know? I wonder about this. Should it be Tattoo You Mick? Voodoo Lounge Mick? Or Today Mick? We're gonna have to discuss all these things. And maybe as a result of last week's discussion, I was listening to a lot of Stones this week. A lot. The whole Black and Blue album, the whole Goat's Head Soup album, which they are now reissuing. One of my favorite albums. If you don't want that pen to drool, go extremely lightly on it and you will not be disappointed. It will really help. Stina, I think I'm gonna go with character on that, don't you think? I'm gonna go with beauty of character. I'm so glad to hear that you were listening to the Tattoo You album. What a great album, right? And Kathleen, Painted Black, one of your favorites? Awesome. That's from the Brian Jones era. Oh, what a great track. I like when they do it live too. You know, when I last saw the Stones in concert, no, not last, it was one of the last times. It was back in '95, and it was a day after Mick Jagger's birthday, and he was in really great spirits. He seemed to be really, I don't know, happy and stuff, and he had just turned 52. And at that point, it was like, oh my gosh, they are so old. 52 years old, you know. And now it's it's 25 years later and they're still going. It's crazy. Yeah, so Stina, I would also love to draw Keith because I can draw Keith any day of the week. It would always be a pleasure. Someone said once that his face looks like an unmade bed. Um, there's something pretty poetic about that, I think. I love his face. If you guys haven't, I urge you all to read his autobiography called Life. I have it here. Um, it's really, it's really good. Um, 52 is ancient. It's Roy Orbison is dead old, right? Right, Chris? That's how old Roy Orbison was when he died. 52, apparently, if you can believe it. And it's coming up for me. I'm not far from 52. Oh, my Mac is making the noise as if it was on the tarmac, ready to take off. That's the thing about this program that I'm using called Ecamm. It's using a crazy amount of, I don't know what it is. Energy. Talking of energy, is everybody feeling good right now about this portrait? We're moving obviously slowly, but it's okay with me. How's the kitty, Nora? Yeah, she's a happy thing. Say that again, sweets. Do you want it? Here, come over here. You can use what? Yeah, but you're still gonna need this is it. This is your phone number. Put it in your contact so that you have it at all times. My daughter is getting a phone line. It's a big deal. You know, on a cell phone. Ian, I believe you wholeheartedly that, yeah, I don't know how I got to 46. I really don't know. Oh my gosh, wow, Cynthia. That's wild. My mom passed away last November at the age of 69, and I can't believe that she didn't get to be even 70. That sucks. It would have been her 70th birthday last week. Okay, we're gonna start to sculpt that cheek a little bit and try to follow the curve, you know, of the cheek. Oh, did you guys see Nora? I guess she came into the frame, huh? Yeah, yeah, that hair is short. Yeah. See, like for instance, here, if I was on Procreate, I would make a big line. Um, but it, we want to kind of like curve going this way, right? Something like that. Melly Rose has some very unique cheekbones, which is why her face is such a delight to draw. You know? I hope everybody's feeling good. The kitty is on the couch, sleeping. Right, Nora? Can you confirm? Jean. Kitty is asleep because of all that running around that she does at night. Oh, there's the dryer. Kitty slept through it. Okay, good. Well, I'm glad she sleeps through the noise that, it's much bigger than the noise that she makes at night. She sleeps right through it. Okay. Thank you, Ute. It's just a lot of fun to go extremely lightly on the pen, I hope I'm still in frame. Sometimes I tend to. So Ecamm, Lily Ray, is only on the Mac, not on the iPad. I don't think it exists on the iPad. I'm not sure, but it's a Mac software for Mac OS, and it's subscription based, I believe. It's about $12 a month. Here I'm trying to create the volume here on the cheek. There's an amazing reflection on Melly Rose's face right about here of her eyelashes onto the skin. I'm going to try not to mess that up too badly. Right there. Can you see that? Something like that. And here too. Yes, Melrose test. I'm gonna type it right here. Oops, I didn't capitalize. Thank you, Chris. You're absolutely right. There, Kathleen. Melrose test. Mhm. She has amazing reference photos. What a unique face. What a pleasure. And there's that ring on her lip, the nose ring. All of it is really all interesting. Okay, I've got some graphite lines here that I'm going to try to take off a little. Because one thing that I really don't like is going over graphite with pen. It never goes well because the graphite is so slippery that the pen doesn't grab. Oh, it's a pain. It's a little bit of a mole here. Is everybody going as slowly as I am? Oh my gosh, the new kitty is transfixed with my drawing. That's so cute. Oh, sweet. All right, I'm going to address this. What I'm using is a ballpoint Bic pen, and the paper I'm using is a Blick. It's behind me right there, but it's probably too small for you to see. A Blick Bristol Vellum. Vellum means that it's not entirely smooth. There's a little bit of a tooth, but not much. Oh, it's a pleasure to draw on this kind of paper. And it's nothing fancy. The problem that I have is that I don't have any Blick stores nearby, so when I do a run, it's, you know, like once or twice a year. So I usually buy a couple of these. This may look like this is an exaggeration, but the dark that we're going to get from under her nostril is going to compensate for that. Oh, Ute, you are stippling. That's so cool. Okay. Okay, it's okay to go slowly. It's just I can't do this in one sitting anymore, you know, like sitting for 3, 4 hours at a time. It's just I can't, but what a relaxing activity, right? Keep in mind, guys, that if you want to continue drawing along in September, I have a new class. It's Drawing Faces with France, and you can find the link for all classes, I believe, underneath this video. You can also go to my Instagram page. You'll find my bio and all that. Everything's there. And so basically the idea is to show up 3 times a week together and draw. 2 pre-recorded lessons and 1 live, like we're doing right now. And the idea behind doing a class like this, of course, is to, tackle technique, but um, as you know, I'm not a super technical person, having not learned these things, but it's really about building that habit and showing up either with a pen, a pencil, or an Apple Pencil to draw and Procreate. So, yeah. The reference photo, Anish, is right, right above me. It's on the screen. And if you want, there's a link to the reference photo underneath this video. Things are getting dark there underneath the nose. It's beautiful. I love bringing those values, And I was slow last week, but I might be even slower this week. But as we say in France, in the region where I'm from, right next to Switzerland, when we want to take our time, we say "Y a pas le feu au lac." We actually say it slowly. "Y a pas le feu au lac." Meaning there's just no emergency. Let's take our time. Y a pas le feu au lac. And that roughly translates into the Lake of Geneva is not on fire, so there's no reason to freak out. Interesting shadows here right underneath the nose. Do you see them too? It's really cool, huh? Okay, I hope I'm still in frame too. I don't know, Chris. If viewing is the France trance, sketching along must be the France dance. The France dance. Yes. Either way, you guys, I hope you'll join my class. I hope you will have as much fun as if you were in my class in May too. I really enjoyed the May class. It was the confinement class. It was, we're all at home. Why don't we just draw? And such a pleasure. I absolutely loved just sitting down in May and drawing with you guys. So we're going to do something similar, though perhaps not as confined anymore, but still carefully avoiding too much interaction. I really love those stark shadows there and the way they, starkly end like that. Oh, it's so cool. I'm slowly making my way towards the upper lip. Right here. Oh my gosh. Duke, this is amazing. One of your great grandfathers came from Belfort, France. Do you know that Belfort is one of my two hometowns? This is where I lived for years, and this is where I went to high school, Belfort, in the Territoire de Belfort, steps away from Switzerland. Yeah, I know Belfort very well. Of course, I lived downtown. That's great to know, Duke. What a coincidence! So cool. Yes, France has been affected by the virus, definitely. Yeah. And they're dealing with it best way they can. Yeah. Thank you, Ashley. This is very nice of you to say. Yeah. Wow. Duke, what a coincidence. And where are you, Duke? Are you in the US or in the UK? And if you don't mind my asking, Duke, what was the last name of your great grandfather? That would be really interesting to know. I wonder if it was a typical Belfort name, with a little bit of Alsatian connotation, a little bit of Alsatian sound. Oh, you're in California, Duke. Cool. Hmm. Okay, Alberto, you are using album covers for inspiration. That's way cool. Springsteen has a few album covers like that where his face is at such a close up. That'd be really cool. Like, for example, The Wild, the Innocent, and the E Street Shuffle. Yeah. Oh, Gournay. I wonder if Gournay could have been anything else in French. That's interesting, Duke. It might have been anglicized, you're right. But yeah, Belfort. What a great town. A great little town. I can't believe that it's already 5 minutes past 1 here on the East Coast in the US. Um, I'm gonna keep going for a little bit because I totally messed up the starting point of this live. I started way late. Keep in mind that we're gonna do this through September. Pen, pencil, iPad. Right now I have prepared more pen and pencil than iPad, but you know. Oh, thank you, thank you. So, if you want to sign up, Sketchy, just put up a comment if you want to join the class. Starts September 7th. At that point, I will also be teaching French again. Oh my gosh, Cynthia, I am so glad to hear that. And you know, selfishly, I will add, Cynthia, that it's something I need too. That these get-togethers, these classes where we just draw together and then we share, and um, you'll see there will be some laughs in September because I'm using quite a bit of blind contour to warm up for everyone, and it's just, you know, it's so wrong that all you can do is laugh. So thank you, Cynthia. Um, ooh, foul-mouthed gardener, love that name. How do you keep the relative contrast of the area so exact, an area at a time like that? Um, yeah, no, okay, I get it. Sometimes I do this. I do have a light under layer, which is exactly what I'm about to do here on the cheek, right? So I go light. I don't even know, guys, if it registers on the on camera. And then I go back a second time if I feel that my, you know, the depth of it is not enough. So that's what I'm doing right now. Light on light, and then more light, and so on and so forth. But then there are areas where the shadow, like here and here, is so stark that it's so cool to just, you know, limit it with a little line and draw darkly into it. I absolutely love the reflection of these eyelashes. I just love what it, you know, projects onto the side of her nose. I live for this stuff. I'm not exaggerating. That's the thrill of it all. To translate light and volume onto paper, oh my gosh, that's where it's at. That's something that we explore in September, in this September class too, when I choose to make long, you know, cross-hatched lines, or when I choose to keep them short. All this I discuss. Yeah. Thank you for being here. And the hatching is smooth because, Mag, I really go extremely lightly on my pen, and also I don't use my pen, you know, quite perpendicular to the paper. Like the way I write is more up, but I try to lean it quite a lot so that the line that I get is very subtle. You see? Super, super subtle. And somehow the direction of these lines corresponds to, you know, the volume on the face. I really am starting to see volume. I don't know about you with your own drawing. I hope you're enjoying creating that roundness That's the whole point, right? I'm still not anywhere near finishing the mouth. Just flipping things around. Okay, so Catherine, your your question about suggestions about drawing teeth. Absolutely, I have a quick little tip for that. Draw teeth in a negative space, so treat them as just one white entity, and don't try to draw literally each line between each tooth. Leave those alone at first and worry about making the shape underneath them if they show, and draw the negative, the basically the dark inside the mouth, which will make the teeth stand out even more. And then work very, very slowly and carefully to make little separations between the teeth, but nothing crazy, because that is what make teeth look absolutely horrendous, right? So try not to separate them too much at first. And when it's time to separate them, do it extremely softly. I hope that makes a lot of sense. Treat teeth as a negative space. Leave them blank. And then the teeth that are towards the corners of the mouth will be a little bit in the shadow, so you can add a little bit of shadows there. I hope that helps, Catherine. Okay. Anish, no, it's not a problem. You wanted to know what paper I'm using. It's the one that's um, right behind me there. It's called Blick. Blick is the brand, and the paper is Bristol Vellum, which means that there's a little bit of texture to this paper, which we love. We love a bit of texture because that bit of texture grabs the pen just enough. Oh, it's so cool. Is everybody doing okay? Because I'm about to sign out, guys. I'm not bidding you farewell, of course, because I'll see you next week, which will be the 29th, unless I'm getting my days mixed up. And in the meantime, I will probably continue working a little bit on Melly Rose here. We'll see if I have the time. And in the meantime, you can head over to Sketchy Art School. We've got this free group called Drawing with France, and you basically post what you've done. What I'm going to do now is take a quick photo of this, head over to Sketchy Art School, post it, see what you guys have done. And oh, thank you, Catherine. I really like my little tattoo, which is a drawing of my daughter. She drew our cat once. Should we draw Mick next week? Oh, it would be great to find a photo that has where we can get permission. Yeah, I'm sure we can find that on the internet. Something to think about. Thank you. So, guys, I'm ending things now. Of course, it's not finished. Thank you for following. Thank you for being there today. We've been drawing for 65 minutes, 66 minutes. And yeah, I'm going to continue working on this and I'll keep posting on Sketchy Art School, hopefully throughout the week whenever I get a chance to do a little bit. So yeah, Sketchy Art School, Drawing with France. Also, if you want to grab this new class at Sketchy, which is Drawing Faces with France, please do. We'll be drawing like this together 2 times a week, Monday, Wednesday, plus the live on Saturday. And it's going to be a blast because we're going to do a lot of pen and a lot of pencil. So thank you for being here today. Have a great week, okay? And I want to see how you dealt with Melly Rose, whether you went with Procreate or pen or pencil or something else. And oh, okay, Lily Ray, I'm looking forward to seeing the one that you finished. All right, everyone, see you on the 29th, okay? And have a great week. Bye, ciao, as I say always. Besos y abrazos. Okay, ciao, everyone. Thank you, everybody, for being here, okay? Have a good week. Bye.